Assalamualaikum everyone, you are watching Software Buddy. I hope that you all will be fine. So today in this video we are going to discuss the scalars in our programming language. So in the computer programming, the first thing that we have to keep in mind or to know about scalars is that they are the most basic data type and they are being used to create more complex data types. Secondly, scalars refers to any atomic quantity which can have one value at a time. Numeric scalars. For example, x is equal to 5, which means x holds a single value which is 5. And also 5 is subtype of scalar which is also called as decimal scalars, and I have discussed it in my previous video. Let's take another example. Y is equal to 5.5, which is float scalar, a subtype of scalars. And if we see broader type of decimal and floating scalars, they are collectively called as numeric scalars. We can also call them as scalars of numeric data type. Logical scalars. Now let's talk about the logical scalars. So what can be a logical scalar? So as we have discussed that logical scalars can have two values, either true or false. So let's consider an example. W is equal to y greater than x, and take the previous value from above example in which x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 5.5. So this expression says that y is greater than the x, and in our case y, which is 5.5, is greater than the x, which is 5. So the result of this expression using logical scalar will be true, and this true value will be stored in the w. Similarly, if z is equal to x greater than y, then it will be going to return the false value. Now let's discuss character scalars. So the good example of it can be, so here is a question for you. Does v is equal to 8 written under the double quotes is a numeric or character? So if you remembered my last video, I have already discussed that anything inside the double quotes or single quotes will also be a character data type. So we will have the character class or data type. I will show the implementation of it in the next half of the video. Now let's apply these examples in the R Studio. I have opened the R Studio as you can see here. Now let's declare variable and assign values to them, and if you don't know how to do it, I have made a video on that for you. I will be going to provide the link in the description box. Now let's assign the value to the variables. Now let's write the expression. W is equal to y greater than x. After this you can already see that the result which is true in the environment section, but I will also display it here. So I am going to write W and press enter, and you can see the output which is true. One more thing. We can find the class of the W by writing the class and W which is scalar inside of it. So as you can see, it belongs to the logical class. Now if I check the class of x, the class for the x will be numeric, as you can see here. Now let's take the example of character scalars. U is equal to hello world written under the double quotes. Now check its class. So as you can see, it has character class. Now for the second example, v is equal to 8 written under the double quotes. So in this case, the 8 is not as a numeric 8. It is recognized as character 8 by the system because it has been written under the double quotes, which make it a character. So if we check its class, it will be having the character class. So here is a question for you. If I add the x and the v, x plus v, which is it will give an error. So let me know in the comments that why is it giving this error.